the rest of this running back class. Again, you can check out my thoughts on all these rookie running backs in the article on the website. So it is available to you for anyone that wants to read a little bit more in depth about these guys. But Bob, I don't want to end a great podcast with James Conner slander. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But Trey Benson out of Florida State in a great spot. And we're talking Dynasty.
Yes.
Right now, I personally would probably have Trey Benson a spot ahead of Jonathan Brooks. Because I'm not thinking that James Conner heading into 30 next year with all the wear and tear, blah, blah, blah. Trey Benson could be ready to go. I love that kid, by the way. 4.39 40. Don't want to get too ahead of my skis, but I love him. There's also like Blake Corum could go nuts, right? There's some other guys, right? With Raheem Mostert leaving Miami. I mean, there's other running backs. If I'm looking a year and a half in advance versus like the next 4 months, and I'm on the clock in Dynasty, the thing is too, Bob, you have to think about this. The last couple of years, we've had, again, that bell cow number one, gonna be the guy, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, running back, Najee Harris, even when he got drafted. We don't have that guy right now. And the wide receiver class is nuts. So when you're talking fantasy, let's take Superflex out of it. If you take single quarterback leagues and rookie drafts, you might not have a running back in the first round because of Brock Bowers and all these wide receivers, but you're probably going to get one in maybe like the 8, 9, 10 spot, like you said, but I don't know who that guy is going to be right now. Jonathan Brooks will be, I think, a first round pick and rookie. In Superflex, of course not, because then you have the quarterbacks pushing him out too, but he's going to be in my top 3 for sure, probably top 2, but going through this article and breaking everybody down right away and all this stuff, we'll see how healthy he is. But even if he comes in 100% healthy, I don't love the offense. I'd rather take a stab on the Cardinals offense with the kid that's going to get third downs and can break one to the house any given play. So we'll see what happens, but probably a back end of the first round pick for now. But we'll see if he remains the number 1 rookie pick. Because again, let's just shake back a couple years ago. Everybody thought Clyde Edwards-Helaire was going to be, Brian Westbrook and that Chip Kelly. Wow, you like that? The Andy Reid offense, and he certainly was not. And Jonathan Taylor was passed over. Jonathan Taylor. C'est la vie, right? So I don't know, no shade on Jonathan Brooks. I love the kid, but I think there are a couple other running backs that I might look at come this summer, depending on how the rest of their situation involves.
But just to kind of spin back to one thing before we close is like, look at the running backs where they landed. Like outside of the Panthers situation, you got Trey Benson, the Cardinals. It's James. It's Blake Corum is going to be behind Kyren Williams. Marshawn Lloyd is going to be behind Josh Jacobs, and Jalen Wright is going to be behind even Devin Achane. Even when Raheem Mostert's gone, you got Bucky Irving who's going to be behind Rashad White. Will Shipley's going to be behind Saquon Barkley, and Ray Davis is going to be behind James Cook. You keep going down. Isaiah, I can't even say his last name, is going to be behind Christian McCaffrey, and Braylon Allen. The next guy is going to be behind, he went to the Jets, going to be behind Breece Hall. You have to go all the way down to probably Tyrone Tracy Jr., who's went with the Giants, who will be behind Devin Singletary, where you think maybe there's a shot for him to take over. Maybe this kid from the Notre Dame who went to the Denver Broncos. These are 5th-round picks. And by the way, there's been 5th round, 6th round, 7th round. Isaiah Pacheco, Kyren Williams. Guys are a day 3.
Phillip Lindsay.
Who emerge. Phillip Lindsay, good point.
Austin Eckler was undrafted.
So, sometimes situation allows a player to emerge because, there's going to be stud running backs who are in all these situations for this year who are going to be the RB1s. But there's going to be day 3 running backs who are in situations where it's not as clear who the one is. Right. And that's why I know you shouldn't draft necessarily situation over player talent, but I do think there is a closer, like a 60-40, maybe a 70-30 situation to player talent we have to evaluate. So the running back situation, that's why Jonathan Brooks, he did land in a position, by the way, where Chuba Hubbard's gone after this year, and they have no financial investment in him. Miles Sanders will be gone after this year, but the team themselves, the GM and the head coach, picked him. They did not pick the other guys. And I always say that's a huge thing. When a new coaching staff comes in and they bring in their guys, they're going to want their guys to be the guys. So that's why I think Jonathan Brooks, this year, you're probably going to get a discount on him. I think that's why I have him right now in the 70s in my top 150. I do not have any other running back ranked as a rookie. I didn't even put any running backs in there. So because there's not a situation that makes sense. So, but that being said, like Shanahan's, McDaniels, those running backs always have a chance to become huge dynasty assets. Elijah Mitchell comes to mind. Raheem Mostert comes to mind. So just keep an eye out on that. I think that's all we got today, Sky. I think we're pretty much killed this first podcast back together and breaking down Jonathan Brooks and the Carolina Panthers and the situation with the NFL draft. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and go check out another video on the Razzball Fantasy YouTube channel. And like Sky said, hop over to razzball.com. You might learn a thing or two. Thanks for joining us once again, folks. We are out of here.